dashing through pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus, laws to pause, find phrases. Turning them corners, no spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Songs singing sweet, unbroken lines. Hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the Navic blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered, spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ, flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message, flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered, spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ, flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message, flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick, raining blessings down with
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. That is not what I want. Okay. Tried making some changes here. Second. Why? That's not going to be what I want either. Let me look at that. Okay, I'm going to have to make some changes here. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I was playing with Unify with Rode and trying to figure out how to set some things up, and now realizing I got to figure out another setting, perhaps. But it's let me find this. Oh, sorry. Save. Okay, now I need to go to desktop audio, select something different there. See if we get some. Okay. Okay, I got more choices here. System output Rode. I think that's what I want there. So that actually would work if I go to the other and change that. Should have music coming in a second. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, there's nothing coming out of system. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Maybe I just want. Where is it at? Oh, there's so many options now. Bum, 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 bum. I don't want just that. Okay, I know why that's doing that. That might do it. There we go. All right, welcome in, everybody, by the way. Welcome in. Turn that down a bit. I just want that hidden in the background there. So that if I'm talking, it's not loud, but that disappeared. It'll be back a second. There we go. I'll go a little higher. Go a little higher. Okay. Now I'm going to get chat open. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. So, welcome in Supersonic. Yeah, Jam. Papstio, yay, back home. And from Eden, saw the way to follow. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Will's Altair. Good morning. Okay, let me see. What do I have camera set? Oh, that's why. There we go. Closer. Okay. I'm moving everything. Like I said, I was playing with Unify yesterday, trying to figure out some things. Wanted to get some music in the background there. So why? Dun 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 dun. If I go stream, that gives me everything, and I don't want stream, but I want my mic going through. Why is it doing that option? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure a few of these things out at the beginning here. And that's Steam streaming mic, no. Microphone, no. Desktop, Rode POC. I guess I could, but then it's not going through. But chat is going through. Okay, so chat is set up to go through. I'll just use it that way. I think that'll work. Bum, bum, bum. What I'm not sure. Oh, let's try this. Let's try this to make sure. Does the system work? Okay, so I don't know how loud this is gonna be, so I'll do a meow here. Okay, that part worked. That part worked. Now I got to do something on the computer to get that to make some noise. What noises do I have? Oh, well, we can do this. Zack Attack! Tip of the cap, friend. Tip of the cap. Zack Attack question. Yes, go for it. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. I think sound is all good. We're going to go from there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to play around with having some background music. Trying to... Oops. I need to turn that off. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. But my cam was not... the cam was not wanting to work this morning. So I had to route that differently. It's working today, and that's right now, frankly, the only requirement. Okay. Let's go over here and see how. Are you gonna work? Okay, you just worked on the other function. Why are you not gonna work? Oh, duh, I'm pushing the wrong button. That helps. That helps. Zach, go ahead with your question, man. Okay. Sorry, I ended up missing a couple of days there, but sometimes travel end up with conflict of the time I needed to stream and the space I needed to stream from was the same as my wife had a meeting, and she gets paid for her stuff, so she gets choice. Okay, let me get the screen up here. Oh, let's go to scripture first. Going to be Torah. It's going to be Genesis. And window capture. I swear I clicked Bible Hub. There we go. Okay, we get this stretch and then I'll see your question. Okay, there we go. I have a friend on Discord that is constantly saying they will take their life. Any advice? Ooh, that is a great question, Zack Attack. I do have the emergency hotline. So there is the U.S. one, which is 988. If someone needs help, and then there's a link there for international hotlines. I'm not sure where you are or where they are. So those are good to have. I'm not sure how they're saying it from the standpoint of this is how I'm going to do it, or it's a matter of I'd be better off dead, or I think I should kill myself. It depends on how they say that. But one of the things that, and we just did some training on Be Nice. I think I still have this command. Let me find there. Yeah. If you go to benice.org, they have some suggestions around it and help with fighting stigma with mental health. And one of the things they talk about is if someone is saying that they think they should kill themselves, a good question is to ask, do you have a plan? Because most people don't go and do it if they don't have a plan. But if they do have a plan, then they need to get help right away. So from that standpoint, probably one of the things I would ask is around whether they have a plan or don't have a plan for doing it, and I would suggest that they would seek out some mental health help wherever they are at, whatever they are able to get a hold of. So that would be the things I would start with. Zach, any other information you can give me in that situation? I will say this. You can make an impact on someone's life. You can absolutely make an impact on the way someone acts, thinks, or feels by, saying things like, it's all right to talk about what's going on with your mental health. It's all right if you're struggling. It's all right to go get help. Some people don't think they can. Some people don't think they should, or some people, whatever it might be. There's a lot of stigma around things. So bringing it up and helping talk about it is going to be a beneficial thing. So hope that's helpful, Zach. Like I said, follow up with that. Absolutely follow up with more thoughts, questions on what's going on. But I am not an expert. I just try to respond to people where they are and try to get them to professional help, because I am not fully trained in mental health. That's not what I spent my time training in. So I don't want to give bad advice or overlook something. Lucis, welcome back. Yeah, I enjoyed time away. I do really dislike not being able to stream. So Friday had events going on, so I wasn't able to stream on Friday. Wednesday I was traveling, and Monday had a location conflict of who got to stream. Well, I don't know that so much it's fully a new camera view. I was trying to get it set up back where it was, so I will probably keep tinkering with that all week long, just depending on how it looks. But Luce, it's good to see you, friend. And Hobo Bob, good morning, Hobo Bob. I've been here. I have your sticker redeems from last week, and so I will work to get those out this week. So I do have new music in the background, Lucis, if you notice that. I've got some music playing in the background. I spent some time working on that yesterday. All right. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. I do have, and I just want to go look a minute because I don't, you know what? That's what I didn't do. So let's go over here and I will get it uploaded there. Where is my slideshow? Flyers, there we go. And add. All right, there we go. So, should have new info popping in just a second. Come on, make it happen. There we go. Big Unk is today at 11:30. So, Big Unk over on thechurch.digital. I'll be streaming with Big Unk. And then on Thursday, Z Sarah U will be streaming. And I'm going to drag that just a wee bit. I don't like the way it cut Big Unk there. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, hey. Hang on. I scrolled past. Supersonic Save by Grace. Fish. Yes. Bob, I'm hoping to be able to make it out to ReachCon this year, but waiting to confirm some dates for work stuff. Dude, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. By the way, the code is there. Let me see how many are. I have this only on the starting screen, so I'll be right back. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. 95. Ooh, there's only 5 more tickets left at the $10 off code. There are 5 tickets left at the $10 off code. The code will still work, okay? After those 5, you'll get, I believe, $5 off. So you'll still get $5 off once the the last 5 tickets sold at $10 off. Then it'll be $5 off. But if anyone's able to go, I would love to meet you there. Yes, only 5 tickets left at the $10 off, and then it'll be $5 off. I think it's for the next 100, but I am not certain on how long they'll let that one. Oh, yeah, CSRU is great. I got to meet... Like honestly, the one I was most excited about at Reach Conference last year was just meeting Z Sarayu. It's not that I didn't know people better. It was just one of those, like, I did not think I would get to meet Z Sarayu. So I was super excited about meeting her, and that was really cool. I got a whole list of people I'm going to be excited about this year if they're there. So we'll see. I feel like I came away with more friends from last year of new people I met. Yes, Papsio, Papsio, do you have your tickets? Are you going? You know what? I should have that in the chat, in the Discord. If you're going to Reach Conference, post that you've got your tickets. I know Supersonic Saved by Grace is going to be there, and we're going to be rooming in the same Airbnb together. You don't know if you can go yet. Okay. And I thought I was supposed to be doing the 90-day Helldiver Challenge. I was supposed to get a free ticket to give away to my stream. I'm going to follow up on that this week. Yeah, it's during a school week. Yeah, that is the problem for people with kids, is bringing kids along. But, yeah, maybe that's time for grandparents. I don't know what your situation is. This is what I would think through. Maybe that's time for grandparents or aunts and uncles with no kids to come in and help you out. Okay, let's see where we is. Genesis 31. I have no idea where I left off. Oh, it's so good to be back, everybody. I did set up some new stuff, so hopefully it'll be working today. You know what? I don't have it started here. I'm gonna pause a minute. Let me find something here. Oh, you know what? Those never started. Okay. I gotta make sure the fish are working here before we get going. I thought I started them. They did not start. Why are the fish not starting? There we go. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Fish we go.
Content creators,
let me know how the
gamers,
music
and cosplayers.
conflicts
Last
there
year,
or not
ReachConf was an
with the
absolute
song.
blast. An in-real-life celebration where creators connected, impactful speakers inspired, gaming tourneys, on-stage shenanigans, and fantastic music kept the energy high. It was more than an event. It was a community coming together. Get ready for ReachConf 2025, happening November 6 to 8. All the
Fish
best
looks
parts
super
of gaming
active.
and creative culture will be there,
That's for sure.
live and in person. Last year, we hit capacity,
Oh,
and even
sorry,
with
I've got
increased
reach
numbers
going.
this
I
year,
got all kinds
tickets
of
are sure to
noisy
sell
stuff for you
fast.
here.
Don't miss your chance to be part of the
apologize.
ultimate IRL
My
experience. Grab your ticket.
apologies. Didn't intend to do that. Water's like glass on the ocean today, or on Lake Superior today. Isn't that nice looking? Okay, I just wanted to show you fish, and then I was showing you an ad. I wondered how the music and the fish music are going with each other.
See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the
The music is lower than the fish, I think, so that should be helpful. Your day is complete. You've seen the fish. Well, I'm sorry. You know what happened when I was gone? The fish channel went down, and I was not able to restart it. I've been having this issue where it disconnects from the server, and I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm going to get a remote desktop set up on the fish channel. So when that happens again, I'll be able to pull it up and restart it from wherever I am. You thought this was a Twitch ad. Oh. The ad there for the Reach conference is not a Twitch ad. But that would be funny. That would be, actually, you know what would be super cool? I wonder how much it costs. I wonder how much it costs to run an ad on Twitch. What was the thing I was thinking of running Twitch ads, actually? See, I thought that would be actually a really cool thing. I might do that. And when we get to doing the... I'm going to have to look into that, honestly, of spending some money on Twitch ads down the road for maybe my podcast. I don't know. Anything is better than Airhead ads? I bet. Well, yeah. Okay, I need to switch to dark mode here. Let's make this bigger first. Let's get rid of those headings because those are not OG. Actually, let me know how does it look bad on the brightness there? Let me just play with brightness here a minute and see if I can get that looking better, and not have to go to dark mode. No. Yeah. No. Supersonic. I'm not saying I could set what ads. I'm saying I could purchase ads, so they would show on other people's streams. So an ad for the Church Digital conference or an ad for Reach conference could actually get played when you're watching somebody else's stream. You might see an ad for the Church Digital or for Reach conference. That was my thought. Okay, I'm going to give you the fish for a minute because I need to blow my nose.
Flat cap Pastor rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish.
I think I'm going to have to get the ReachCon ad put just on a button instead of like an automatic roll when I go to fish, so that I don't have the overlapping there. Yes, wrong. I do not have cam set up on this channel. Like I said, I was getting some. That's what I was going to. I never got there. Okay, let me go back. I am super distracted today, everybody, if you cannot tell. All right, where is that at? I thought I had downloaded it. Did I not make a shortcut for it? Maybe I didn't get a shortcut made for it. All right, I don't see a shortcut for it. All right, just let me put it where I want it. Okay. I made some new commands, so that's where I'm like going, where are my command things? That's what I was going to go do. What do you mean pay for ads? I thought ads pay you for being shown. How do you get it to show for others if you can't control the ads? You're not understanding. Somebody is buying the ads, whatever you're watching. Someone buys an ad. I'm saying I would buy ads. I wouldn't have control over where they run. I would just say, I want to purchase 10 hours of ads running on Twitch. So then Twitch would run the ad all over the place. That's how, what was the one that we were just saying we, somebody was complaining about certain ads. What was it? Oh, well, I did not see what it was. I missed it. But anyway, if it's for breath mints, Airheads, that's what it was. If Airheads is buying ads, some Airheads paid Twitch to run ads. I would pay Twitch to run ads. That's what I'm saying, Supersonic, or the Church Digital, or Reach Conference. I don't know what they cost to run ads, but the amount of revenue you make is really, really tiny, so I can't imagine that they're really, really expensive. So no, I wasn't joking. I was saying seriously, I should look into running ads for organizations I work with. Because think about this. If I ran an ad for Reach Conference, it would get in front of more Christian streamers, potentially. They would see the ad, and they might sign up and buy a ticket. So you get the same two sour Airhead ads so much it is annoying. I bet that is. Okay. I'm going to pull up over here on the other screen here so I can see what I got going on screen so that I can watch my ads. That's one of the things I usually do on my on the second cam here, is pull up and watch this stream on that computer so I can watch when ads happen. Okay. Make sure I'm mutad. And I'm having to get an ad right now, so it must be the signing up and joining ad, which I do not like. I do not like the pre-roll ads, because I don't like when someone comes in to have to watch an ad before they get to watch me. Like, how do they know I'm worth waiting through an ad? Okay, anyway. Let's get to some Bible, everybody. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was checking out my commands. I wanted to check out new commands that I have set up, because I do not know how these are going to work. So these may or may not work. Is it doing anything? I don't see it doing anything. Okay. Let's try this one. And some of these I got set up. They might need a little more work to get them to go. I'm watching you, people. I rolled an 18. Okay. All right, I'm not seeing things happen on the screen. So I don't know if these are working or not. All right, these clearly need some more work. Let me try this one. Does this one work? No. Okay. I was having some struggles with one of the connections. Okay, so there's still more struggles. That's what I've learned. Okay. All right. So that one worked. The shout out one worked, or did it? Yeah, you did do a shout out. Okay. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait. I had the has arrived. Rejoice. Okay. Supersonic. So you pay for the ad to be shown, but why would you not be given revenue for showing ads? Or is that in hopes that somebody buys your product content? Airheads, for example, loses money showing the ads, but that's in hopes that people would buy their product, making a net revenue off of it down the road. Yeah, so it would be Reach Conference is selling tickets. If you paid $10 to run ads, gave people $10 off a ticket, and then they showed up, you sold a ticket. So that would be, yeah, it would be in hopes of getting it in front of people and having people aware of it. That'd be the thought. Yeah, exactly. It would be because I want you to come do something. I'm going to put that on my list somewhere to check into Twitch ad cost. Oh, that's what that is. Twitch ad cost. Because I've done ads before on Facebook, and with Facebook, you can push it to people in your zip code or within a certain radius of you. So I've done that before with an event that said, yeah, I'll pay $20 or I'll pay $30 to advertise this because I want a good turnout at my event. So I will pay to run ads, and that ad ends up in front of a couple of thousand people, so at least they become aware that the event is happening. So I'm wondering how cheap they might be on Twitch to run ads, you know, and I don't know how they target them. Yeah, they have ad revenues. Yeah, products more visible in the market they want. Yep. See, and that's it, Supersonic. I have no idea. With when I've done them for Facebook, I set here is the start day, here is the end day, and here's how much I want to spend. And Facebook chooses when to run ads and who to run them for, so I don't get any control over it. So that's where I said I've spent maybe $30 in ads before at a time. Like I got something going on, I want people to know about it. I'm willing to spend a couple of dollars to let people know about the event because I really want people to come, even if I'm not selling something. But that's where I'm talking. I'm spending $20, $30, $40 to let people know about my event, as opposed to I'm spending thousands of dollars and I need to make money by selling something like tickets to my event. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. I'm just thinking I want to get the information, like conferences, in front of people. That might be worth spending a few bucks for. You never know who you get it in front of when you do that. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. You know what? My feet are cold. I'm turning my heater on. I should be getting that time of year where I don't need to do that. My feet are just cold. Ads are paid by impression. Basically, they set a price for each time they show an ad and tell them how much you want to spend and how long. They show it to as many people as your dollars last. Yeah, that makes sense, Papsio. I know when I was doing Facebook ads, I could set a radius, like GPS radius around my location, and not to run ads from further away than that. But that was because I was doing an in-person thing. So and then they would run the ads based on target audience too. So if my target audience was, males in their 20, it could run ads for males in their 20. Oh, my TCD whispers. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if, I'm just all of a sudden going, I don't know if what I have up. Where is mine to look at? There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they can get pretty good with demographics. Yep. You need to take the kids to school now. Take care, my friend. Take care. Okay. So let's get into Genesis 31. So we've had Jacob, who is with Laban, his uncle. He ran away because he stole the blessing from his brother. And brother said, as soon as dad dies, I'm going to kill you. And mom sends him away. First, mom says, you're going to run away. And then mom says, hey, dad, shouldn't we send him to go get a wife from my brother instead of, get a wife from all these Canaanites like our other son did, because they're a pain in our butt. So let's send him to go get a good wife. And it's what he ends up doing, running away to go there. Which is interesting that if he is being sent away from dad, like these are all the things I think through. He's being sent away by dad. Why doesn't he take his inheritance with him? Like, he's the one with the double portion. Why does he go away empty-handed? Why does he go away empty-handed? I don't understand this. He goes away empty-handed. So think about this. Abraham has a massive amount, and he's a wealthy man, so wealthy that Lot has to separate from him. And then Isaac inherits all of that, and Isaac increases that. So now there are two sons, and so Jacob is supposed to get the double portion, and Jacob runs away, but he also is sent away by dad to get a wife. If he's sent away by dad to get a wife, why doesn't he take all of the possessions that he rightfully has claim to with him? These things puzzle me. Supersonic. Some channels on TV spend so much time with the same ads, usually as seen on TV, and nonprofits, it feels so excessive how many ads run there that it feels like a waste of money with how much they show. But does the method cost so little in ads that it doesn't make a difference spamming ads on those channels? It depends on the channel. It depends on what you're watching. So if you just think about the evening news is going to cost a certain amount of money per 30-second ad that's happening during the evening news, because they know they have certain demographic of people there, which is why you get a bunch of drug companies advertising during that time frame, because they know there's a bunch of people that are watching those. When you're watching a sporting event, you usually have a bunch of alcohol and or food that you might be able to order and have delivered to your house, ads that will run there. So those will be a certain cost because that's what they can sell them for, because they know who's there. Now, you're watching reruns of Gunsmoke, that's not going to be big bucks for running ads. It's going to be small potatoes there. If you're running kids shows, they might be high, but kids are going to go have to beg mom and dad for the latest sugar crazed cereal. So yeah, the ads might not cost as much. So it depends on who the audience is how all those things would work. So I don't know. I'll be looking into it at some point, how Twitch ads run, because maybe I don't want it in front of the streamer with 1,000 people watching. Maybe I want it in front of the people that only have 25 people watching. Maybe that's my best bang for buck. I don't know. I'm watching. Maybe you can use your introduction video to advertise something you're currently supporting. Change it out as you see you need it. That's free, right? Oh. Yeah, I'm watching. That's a great idea. The intro video on your channel could be used for that. I'm liking that. You know what I don't know? I don't know if I have an intro video on the Church Digital. I will definitely, when we announce it on the 20th, I will be looking to share some information on that. Lucis curious. In the Bible, the tradition is that the first daughter needs to get married first. Is that true for the sons? If then maybe Jacob's brother is already married, since dad is willing to get a wife for the second son. Okay, great question, Lucis. Laban is the only one that makes this claim. Laban is the only one that I know of in Scripture that makes a claim that says, I can't marry off the younger daughter because the older one wasn't married. Now, my guess is that could be a natural tradition, but I would have thought if it was so severe a thing, Jacob would have known, Rachel would have said something, or, something else would have been going on. So I'm not sure it is, but Laban makes the claim. And he swindles Jacob in the process of it. As far as brothers getting married, we know that Esau is married, so he does get married before Jacob. But we do have Judah is married. We haven't got to Judah yet, but Judah will be married. But we do not know, because it goes Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. We do not know if Simeon or Levi have a wife. And I believe we have Reuben sleeping with dad's concubines, so stepmom, which wouldn't be a wife. So I don't know that it was a thing. Just Laban makes that claim. Bob, I checked your stream on your other account and then joined ad was for Doom Dark Ages game. It made me laugh. I don't think I know Doom. I think I've heard of it. Supersonic. So the news times are prime time. It might cost more because more people are watching, along with the relevance of what's being shown compared to 2 a.m. when not many people are watching and less watching the channel. Exactly, Supersonic. Yeah, if the show you're watching, we'll just use funny numbers, has 100,000 people that watch the show, it might cost you $1,000 to run the ad. But if you have 10 million people watching it, it might cost you $100,000 to watch the ad. So depending on how many people are watching it, the cost goes up. Oh, it's a first-person shooter. Okay. It's going into hell and fighting demons and the devil. Oh, interesting. I know I had heard about Doom, but now I know, because I don't do first-person shooter. That's why I couldn't even picture it. I know I've heard the name, but I've never done it. Yeah, that's why Super Bowl ads cost so much, because there are so many people watching it. So yeah, you're going to spend millions of dollars on a Super Bowl ad. I'm spending tens on it. Tens of dollars. That's the most I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah, Olympics can be too. More expensive. Yeah, but anyway, it's just a thought. We'll see if it happens. Okay. So we've got Jacob. He's worked for his wife. He's worked for his wife again because he got tricked. And now he's worked for his wages. His wages are the speckled and spotted. Yeah, it's all demographic and numbers. Exactly. He's worked for all of those. So he is the one who is making Laban rich. And Laban doesn't want to get rid of his good luck charm. Jacob heard that Laban's sons were complaining. Jacob has taken everything that belonged to our father. He has gotten rich at our father's expense. When Jacob saw the look on Laban's face, he could tell his attitude toward him had changed. Okay. Nothing specific there. Just, okay. So it's Laban's sons that are now, hey, wait a minute. The Lord said to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers and your relatives. I will be with you. Okay, he's tried to go before. And Laban wouldn't have it. Now, just to back up our story, because I don't like to forget details. I like to remember things that we were supposed to be paying attention to, like his mother, Rebecca, had said, when it's safe, I will send for you. So I don't know the total time he's been here, but he's worked for 7 years to get Leah, and he's worked for 7 years to get Rachel. And now I believe he's close to 6 years in order to get his wages. But maybe there was a gap before he started to work for his wages in there, because we have all of these children who have been born. How many children have been born? Well, we can't count the first 7 years that he was there because he wasn't married yet, so there were no children during that time. But he is up to 10 children, which means he's got to be there a while. And actually, I think he had all of the children before he started working for Laban for wages. So timeline is not the important things, but I'm just trying to make sure we are aware of some instance of a timeline. It's been some time, and mom didn't send for you. It's still not safe. Supersonic. Also, they reach ads being targeted or random. Can you? I don't know. That's a good question. If I could target those with a certain tag, that would be a good plan. Great suggestion. Okay. The Lord said to Jacob, return to the land of your fathers and your relatives. I will be with you. Trying to remember, I've lost track if this is second or third time that God has spoken to Jacob. So Jacob sent a message for Rachel and Leah to come to the field where his flocks were. There he said to them, I can tell that your father's attitude towards me has changed, but the God of my father has been with me. You know that I've worked for your father as hard as I could, but your father has humiliated me and changed my wages 10 times. Okay, has he literally changed it 10 times? No, probably not. This is just an exaggeration. It's an explanation of frustration, of the kind of person that he is. Tomorrow, welcome in. But God has not permitted him to do me any harm. If he said the speckled animals will be your wage, then the entire flock gave birth to speckled offspring. But if he said the streaked animals will be your wage, then the entire flock gave birth to streaked offspring. In this way, God has snatched away your father's livestock and given them to me. Okay. So if you remember, there was a whole thing where Jacob is doing certain things with some branches, some twigs, some herbs, whatever it might be, that he knows if these are around what the offspring are going to have. I think it has to do with something he's learned and understands about breeding sheep and goats, not about some superstitious thing that he's practicing. But there's no evidence of it. It's just like a weird thing that he does. Now he's attributing God's blessing upon that. So here it does sound like, because to begin with, we had I'll work for all the ones that are speckled or streaked. And then apparently it got switched on him. So, Supersonic, it would be nice if you could target the ads. So not going to people who aren't Christian community and who are overseas. There are still pros and cons to showing any and all. Yeah, totally. Once during breeding season, I saw in a dream that the male goats mated with the flock were streaked, speckled, and spotted. In the dream, the angel of God said to me, Jacob. Here I am, I replied. Okay, why are we just getting the story now? Why are we just getting this story now? Because we're building up God's presence with him. We've been witnessing it. Now we're learning more about it. So God has just spoken to him about go back. And God has spoken to him previously. So first it was the angel of God said to him, here I am, I replied. Then he said, observe, that all the male goats mating with the flock are streak speckled or spotted. For I observed all that Laban has done to you. I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed the sacred stone and made a vow to me. Now leave this land immediately and return to your native land. Oh, okay. So this says once during the mating season. Or the breeding season I saw. Well, this is what he just saw, which is kind of weird to say once during the mating season, and then it's now. It's now. Then Rachel and Leah replied to him, do we still have any portion or inheritance in our father's house? Hasn't he treated us like foreigners? Has he not sold us, but completely wasted the money you paid for us? Surely all the wealth that God snatched away from our father belongs to us and to our children. So now do everything God has told you. Okay, so both moms here are good with our dad is a piece of work, and he treated us worse than we should have been treated. I mean, look at the condition and the situation he has pitted the two of us against. Yeah, you do whatever God tells you to do. Oh, no worries on the tangent. You know I'm good with tangents. So Jacob immediately put his children and his wives on camels. He took away all the livestock he had acquired in Padan Aram and all his movable property that he had accumulated. Then he set out toward the land of Canaan to return to his father Isaac. Okay, so he's out of town with the sheep. He calls his wives to come and visit. He then, proposes that we leave. They're all good with it. They immediately leave and they don't return home. So just notice that, okay? Notice that, okay? The wives get called out to a meeting in the field. This probably is not a normal occurrence for wives to get called to come out in the field. Maybe it is. Maybe, hey, I'd love you to come visit me while I'm out there. I'm going to be out there for a while. And so if you come out here, you'll get to stay with me for a week or whatever it might be. Okay, so maybe there is some. While Laban had gone to shear his sheep, Rachel stole the household idols that belonged to her father. Okay. Is this a past thing before she goes out to meet her husband in the field when her husband summoned her? Did she go steal the household idols? Or is it Jacob says, we're going to leave, and she goes back and she sneaks the household gods? Some translation merely transliterate the Hebrew term teraphim, which apparently refers to household idols. Some contend that possession of these idols guarantee the right of inheritance, but it is more likely that they were viewed simply as protective deities. So there's a whole interesting thing with this teraphim theft, the household gods. Okay. I prefer calling them gods because they were representatives of the gods. When we think of idol, we think of there's nothing behind it, but there would have been something behind it. Jacob also deceived Laban the Aramean by not telling him he was leaving. He left with all he owned. He quickly crossed the Euphrates River and headed for the hill country of Gilead. "3 days later, Laban discovered Jacob had left. 3 days later. Look at how long it takes him to realize what happened. Was Laban paying attention to what Jacob was doing or his family? Like, okay, I guess not. Well, okay, because he's tending the sheep, and Laban was shearing sheep. So if Laban is working on shearing all the sheep during the time that he is escaping, that would make some sense why he's totally busy with doing work and doesn't notice who's there and who's not there. And with his sons complaining about all of the sheep that Jacob is stealing, supposedly, he would be keeping an eye on all of his sheep and not be focused on them. So I can figure out that, but I'm just like, It's 3 days. It's 3 days. So he took his relatives with him and pursued Jacob for 7 days. Okay, so his 3 days, he's missing. 7 days later, he catches up. So it took 10 days to get caught up with him. That, and he probably owned a lot of land. Well, when you're a shepherd, if you're nomadic on some level, you might have pasture lands that nobody really owns. You just take the sheep out into those lands. But yeah, it could also be that he owned a lot too. Yeah, Laban actually doing some work. Yep. And maybe he wasn't physically doing it himself. Maybe he was just supervising. Yes, he takes 14 days out of his schedule there and back. Yep. Okay, but I wanted to point out 3 days he's gone, 7 days to catch up with him. So yes, it would take 7 days to get back. Although he might be going slower on the way back, it might take 10 days on the way back if he's not in such a hurry. He caught up with him in the hill country of Gilead, but God came to Laban the Aramean in a dream at night and warned him, be careful that you neither bless nor curse Jacob. This is a fascinating thing. God comes to Laban in a dream. Okay, we got to add rolling in. Lest you speak to Laban or Jacob from good to evil, the precise meaning of the expression, which occurred only here, is uncertain. Okay. Most likely it refers to a formal pronouncement, whether it's a blessing or a curse. Laban was to avoid saying anything to Jacob that would be intended to enhance him or harm him either way. So you don't. So ads are in. I'll come back to it.
Flat cat pasture rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand plays tunes.
How's the volume on the fish song and the background music? Let me know. I can adjust that.
Serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish.
It's good? Okay.
Along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pasture shows the way. Stream it live, come what
Turbo is so handy. Oh, yeah. Hey, Lady Darrell! Good morning, Pastor. You've been listening while lurking for about 15 minutes. These parts of the Bible was in your devotion the other day. Oh, cool.
Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cat pasture shows the way. Stream it live, come what may.
Hey, Keith Dimick, thank you. Thank you. I do have another channel with the fish you can check out as well. Which also have an underwater cam in the pond, too.
Little fish, both big and small. Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home.
I think I knew that. I think I knew that.
To the rhythm of his song.
Yeah, he was your son. Yep, I think I knew that. I may have forgotten, but I think I knew that. He's a streamer as well. Return, so turning events to the return. Bad joke. Okay. But thanks for the reminder on that. Okay, I think we're done with that. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay. So here would be my thoughts on this. You're not to bless or curse Jacob. Why? Because God has said he will bless those who bless and he will curse those who curse. So he's warning him really against cursing him, but he also doesn't want him to bless Jacob so that he will be blessed. It's like, no, I am not letting you bless him so that you get blessed. You have already stolen blessing from him. You've already had reciprocal blessing upon you. We're not having it. We're not having it. You better not try that. That would be my thought on what's going on there, which is an interesting thing because God has said he wants all people on earth to be blessed through them. Jacob already has. So don't be greedy, bro. I don't know if that's it or not. That'd be my thought there. And then Lucis, you were saying he had the flocks 3 days away. It took 3 days to notice he was gone after Rachel and Leah came to meet him. So maybe he was 3 days away. That's a good question. Then if he was 3 days away, Rachel certainly wasn't going back into the house and grabbing stuff at that point. She would have stolen the household gods when she left the house to go see her husband to begin with. So she might have known the jig was up and had already done it, if that's the case. But anyway, I love pondering these things that we have no answers to. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Laban overtook Jacob, and when Jacob pitched his tent in the hill country of Gilead, Laban and his relatives set up camp there too. What have you done? Laban demanded of Jacob. You've deceived me and carried away my daughters as if, as if they were captives of war. This is not a bad description here. The stealing off of the daughters, of the wealth, of all the flocks that are being driven, and all the children, like you would take the women and children and you'd haul them off. That's not a bad description here. Like Laban is like not being dishonest in this. Like, this is how you are treating me. You are treating them. Why did you run away secretly and deceive me? I wonder how often that phrase shows up, but I'm not going to go look it up. Why didn't you tell me so I could send you off with a celebration complete with singing tambourines and harps? Send you off with joy and with songs, with tambourine and with harp. You didn't even allow me to kiss my daughters and my grandchildren goodbye. You've acted foolishly. The one who deceived dare ask him that question is surprising to me. Yeah, Laban, stop that. Yeah. Well, the thing that you do most often is often the thing you get most offended by. You think everyone else is out to do that for you. So if you're a person that gossips, then every time you see two people whispering to each other, you think that they're probably talking about you. They're just doing ASMR is all they're doing, but you think they're gossiping. So whatever you tend to perpetrate on other people, you think everyone is out to do. So that's why he thinks this. But he's not wrong here. You didn't let me kiss them goodbye. True. But you gave good cause. You gave good cause why he didn't believe he could. I have the power to do you harm. But the God of your father told me last night, be careful that you neither bless nor curse Jacob. Now I understand that you have gone away because you long desperately for your father's house. Yet why did you steal my gods? Okay. The God of your father told me last night, watch yourself, which is a warning to be on guard against doing something that's inappropriate. So, and notice it's the God of your father. This is not Laban's God. This is not Laban's God, and Laban has household gods. And he's like, why did you steal my gods? Why did you steal my gods? Now, we overconflate the simplicity of this by thinking, oh, and I'm going to use my mug here for a minute. Oh, this is a god. No, the idol is a representative of the god, and it is an invitation for the god to indwell within it. You are making a host location. So this is like having, since gods do not have physical presence, generally speaking, they're spiritual in nature. They don't need to take up physical space. So you make them a dwelling place, an invitation, by making an idol that represents them so that they feel comfortable and at home dwelling in it because it represents them. And so when it's in your house as a household god, then the presence of the god is in your household. So we need to not just poo-poo this as, oh, they thought that thing they made was God. That is not what they think is going on. They also are reaping some benefit from whatever spiritual entity is perpetrating itself, pretending to be a God. They are actually reaping some benefits, or they would not do this. Yeah, projection is ancient, kiddies. Oh, yes. Okay. Jacob, I left secretly because I was afraid. The statement is not a response to the question of Laban's household gods that immediately preceded, but to the earlier question, Jacob's motive for leaving so quickly and secretly. For this reason, the words I left secretly are supplied in the translation to indicate it was Laban's earlier question. Well, it was obvious, I thought. Additionally, the order of the introduction clause and the direct discourse have been rearranged in the translation for stylistic reasons. I'm not worried about them stylistically rearranging things, and I don't know they have to tell us all the time when they do that, but they apparently do that because some people would complain about the word order. Okay. It would be like, for instance, if, and I don't know that this has happened, but it would be, for instance, if you were to take Yoda and translate Yoda into Spanish, but then you didn't let Yoda's word order stand when he spoke. You moved it around so that it would be in proper Spanish style of word order, and you would lose the whole rhythm of the personality of who Yoda is. But maybe it doesn't translate well, and so you need to do that. So, anyway. Jacob replied to Laban, I thought you might take your daughters away from me by force. So, I did not think you would let me leave with your daughters the way you treated me in regards to all of them. Yeah, I wasn't taking my chances. Whoever has taken your gods will be put to death. In the presence of our relatives, identify whoever is yours and taken it. Now, Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen them. Okay. Tread lightly is the warning given to Laban. Tread lightly that you neither bless nor curse him. So, I'm not sure how to fully ask this. Has Jacob treaded lightly, or Laban treaded lightly? I don't think he did tread lightly, because he does this in such a manner as to exasperate Jacob, that Jacob goes to an extreme length at the accusation as to say whoever has taken it will be put to death. He makes the grandiose statement here about whoever took your gods will be put to death. He should not have said this. This is over the top. He should have said something along the lines of whoever's taken it
we'll give them back to you and we'll make restitution. You know, along those lines. He could have done so many things. I think this is Laban doing exactly what God warned him not to do. And it's happening through the mouth of Jacob. Okay. Kazaku, hey, welcome in. Jesus know that they were wishing to question him, and he said to them, are you deliberating together about this, that I said, a little while, and you will not see me, and again in a little while, and you will see me. Truly, truly, I say to you, that you will cry and lament, but the world will rejoice. You will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will be turned into joy. So Rachel has stolen them. So Laban entered Jacob's tent and Leah's tent and the tent of the two female servants, but he did not find the idols. So now we know Rachel has them, and we're building suspense up because he entered the older daughters, and then he entered the female servants. Then he left Leah's tent and entered Rachel's. Now Rachel had taken the idols and put them inside her camel's saddle and sat on them. When did she do this? Was this before Dad showed up? Was this after Dad starts searching because she's trying to protect herself from being killed? If that's the case, couldn't she have just given them to some other household servant and, had them take the blame? Laban searched the whole tent, but he did not find them. Rachel said to her father, don't be angry, my lord. I cannot stand up in your presence because I am having my period. So he searched thoroughly, but did not find the idols. So I can't get up off the camel, Dad, because it's that time of month. It's such a weird thing, but in regards to purity and being unclean, not purity from a righteous standpoint, but purity of not, contaminating yourself and or others. So, and welcome in, Mel. Jacob became angry and argued with Laban. What did I do wrong? He demanded of Laban. What sin of mine prompted you to chase after me in hot pursuit? So now Jacob's going to say, you're complaining? Yeah, you came in at a weird time. Yeah. You're complaining that I stole your daughters and your grandchildren like a warring band, and now you pursued me like a warring band. Let me give it back to you. What sin of mine prompted you to chase after me in hot pursuit? Hot pursuit. When you searched through all my goods, did you find anything that belonged to you? Set it here before my relatives and yours, and let them settle the dispute between the two of us. Like, what did you find that was yours? Bring it here. What did you find? Like, Jacob is hot under the collar now. I have been with you for the past 20 years. Okay, there's where we get the numbering of the years. 20 years. Okay, so we have 20 years, but the first 7 are no children are taking place. And then we have 7 years after Leah to have her children. And then we have the concubine's children. And there could be overlap there in time-wise. Like the two concubines or Leah could be pregnant at the same time, but birth order still remains. And then Rachel. So if at most we're at 10, 11 kids and we're at 13 years of childbirth. That's all I'm trying to get there. Okay. Your ewes and your female goats have not miscarried, nor have I eaten rams from your flock, animals torn by wild beasts. I never brought them to you. I always absorb the loss myself. So, like, we've had further what Jacob has done for Laban and how he has blessed him. And now he's going a step further, saying, when there was a loss from a wild animal, I suffered the loss. I always replaced the loss for you. You also made me pay for every missing animal, whether it was taken by day or at night. I was consumed by scorching heat during the day and by piercing cold at night, and I went without sleep. Like, I was always with the flock. This was my lot for 20 years in your house. I worked like a slave for you, 14 years for your 2 daughters and 6 years for your flocks, but you changed my wages 10 times. We had that accusation already. You changed my wages 10 times. If, if the God of my father, the God of Abraham, the one whom Isaac fears, had not been with me, you would certainly have been sent away empty-handed. But God saw how I was oppressed and how hard I worked, and he rebuked you last night. Yeah, oh, that's the scam that Laban did. Yes, he was scamming Jacob the whole time. Did he say that? I'm just wondering here. Do you remember? Did Laban say that God appeared to him in a dream? How does Jacob know that? Oh no, he does say it. But the God of your father last night. Okay, that's right. He did say it. He did say it. Okay. Laban replied to Jacob, these women are my daughter. These children are my grandchildren, and these flocks are my flocks. All that you see belongs to me. But how can I harm these daughters of mine today, or the children to whom they have given birth? So now come, let's make a formal agreement, you and I, and it will be proof that we have made peace. What's the word for women? Oh, these daughters are my daughters. Oh, they're just translating it. These children are my children, rather than the repetition of the Hebrew. Okay. Let us cut a covenant. So, look at Laban's attitude. These flocks aren't yours still. And these daughters aren't yours still. They are still mine. They are still mine. So Jacob took a stone and set it up as a memorial pillar. Then he said to his relatives, gather stones. So they brought stones and put them in a pile. They ate there by the pile of the stones. Laban called it Jegar Sahadutha. But Jacob called it Gilead. Okay, so let's see what the name means. Aramean gave it the place in Aramaic that means witness pile, or the pile is a witness. Gilead means witness pile, or the pile is a witness. But the name is Canaanite or Western Semitic, and is closer to Hebrew. Jacob thought, certainly speaking, though certainly capable of speaking Aramaic, here preferred to use the Western dialect. There is a balm in Gilead, and apparently a stone pillar too. Laban said, this pile of stone is a witness of our agreement today. That is why he called it Gilead. It was also called Mizpah, because he said, may the Lord watch between us when we are out of sight of one another. Jefferino. I will never read Yeager Sahudatha again without hearing Leroy Jenkins. Mizpah means watchpost. Sounds like the verb translated, may he watch. Neither Laban nor Jacob felt safe with each other, and so they agreed to separate ways, trusting the Lord would keep watch at the border. Between us when we are out of sight of each other. So when we can't see each other, God's watching. God is watching over you. If, if you mistreat my daughters, or if, you take wives besides my daughters, although no one else is with us, realize that God is witness to your actions. So, okay, buddy, you married off 2 daughters to the same guy, and you're worried about him taking a 3rd wife. Okay? Really? That's your concern? Now you know why you giggle when friends exchange Mizpah coins. Yeah. Is it Mizpah or mitzvah coins? Because mitzvah would be commandment, not Mizpah. I don't know which ones they are, Jefferino. So many think of that line as a prayer. I never will again. Yeah. May the Lord watch between us when we are out of sight of each other. If you mistreat my daughters, or if you take wives besides my daughter, although no one is with us, realize that God is witness to your actions. Imagine thinking Jacob, the guy who cried on the spot meeting Rachel, would hurt his wives. Ooh, Wiz Altair, great throwback. Yeah, he's weeping when he meets them. He's going to harm them? Like, you did more harm than he could by marrying them both off to the same guy. Oh, they have the verse, may the Lord watch between us verse on them. I'm like, that's kind of a threat, right? Yeah, apparently. Is with your necklace in the 90s, you each had a half. Okay. Laban the gaslighter, yeah. Well, okay. Kazaku, there is a level of threat there. It is, if you mistreat my daughters, I would do this to you. I will never find out, so God will do this to you. So there's a level of threat. Like, think about this. And I don't know what culture you're in. However, generally there is that dad threat to the date on the first time you meet the guy. If you ever hurt my daughter, you'll never see the sunrise again. Or something along those lines. Like, there is a threat within there. But the threat is for mistreatment. You're right. So if you treat people right, there's really no threat. So. Here is the pile of stones and this pillar I have set up between me and you, Laban said to Jacob. This pile of stones and the pillar are reminders that I will not pass beyond this pile to come to harm you, and that you will not pass beyond this pillar and this pillar to come to harm me. So, notice what they did here. Jacob sets up a pillar. So he just sets up one stone. And Laban and Laban's relatives set up a pile of stones. So we've really got 2 things next to each other. I don't know that I have anything I could give a good example of this. This might be the best example, and I've used this before. So he's taken a stone, set it on end, and that's what we have there. And then standing next to it, we have a pile that they just piled them up on top of each other and stacked them. That's what we seemingly have going on here, is a pillar that Jacob sets up, and then a pile which Laban and everyone who came with him set up. And so now there's the 2 markers and the 2 names and the 2 camps. That'll come back. Although 2 camps will come back again. So we're not passing beyond it. We can't go beyond it. You're stuck on your side. I'm stuck on my side. May the God of Abraham and the God of Nahor, the gods of their father, judge between us. The God of Abraham and the God of Nahor. The Hebrew verb translated judge is plural, suggesting that Laban has more than one God in mind. The Sumerian and the Septuagint, apparently in an effort to make the statement monotheistic, have a singular verb. In the case, one could translate, may the God of Abraham, the God of Nahor, the God of their father, judge between us. However, Laban had a polytheistic worldview, as evidenced by his possession of household idols. The translation uses God when referring to Abraham's God, for Genesis makes it clear that Abraham worshiped the one true God. It employs God when it refers to Nahor's God, for in the Hebrew text, Laban refers to a different God here, probably one of local deities. Oh, I didn't catch it. It was lowercase there. Okay. Imagine thinking Jacob, I read that one already. It was a necklace in the 90s with each had we read that already. You missed that part. They didn't even trust the marker that the other one had. Yeah, Jeff Reno, I have to set up my own marker for this. Your marker isn't good enough. Your marker's not good enough. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see it. Okay. You know, there is an emote for that. Okay. Yeah, they don't trust each other whatsoever. You deceived me by stealing my children and grandchildren, and you're chasing after me like an army. Yeah, I don't trust you. Jacob took an oath by the God whom his father Isaac feared. Then Jacob offered a sacrifice on the mountain and invited his relatives to eat the meal. They ate the meal and spent the night on the mountain. Okay, so here we have one of those places where the Hebrew splits the chapters, and this is actually 32 verse 1 in the Hebrew text. Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm watching. Like an Ebenezer, it's not exactly the same as an Ebenezer, but there we go. There's a stack of stones. Isn't this like a command to Jacob from God? Which part? Kazaku, which part is like a command? Okay. Early in the morning, Laban kissed his grandchildren and his daughters goodbye and blessed them, and Laban left and returned home. Okay, so he wasn't allowed to bless or curse Jacob, but he is going to bless his daughters and bless them. Is them just the daughters, or is it also the grandchildren? Don't know, but we also don't get to read the blessing if it was like Isaac did for Jacob and like Jacob is going to do for his children. We don't read that. It's not important, because if it was, it wasn't coming from God himself. It would be coming from other deities, other spiritual beings, and therefore we don't need to know it. Maybe it was a simple blessing. Take a wife. Yeah, you remember. Go to his cousin, something Laban, and take a wife. Yeah, I remember now. Because God didn't want foreign women. I know that Rebecca is the one that posits the idea, and it's related to it, but I don't remember God giving the command there specifically, it's Rebecca saying, "Go to my brother and find a wife," and there was, and maybe that goes back to Abraham and Isaac. That would be, but Kazuku, that might be there. I'm just not recalling it. Okay. Oh, okay. So Jacob stole the blessing from his brother Esau. Esau wanted to kill him, and Esau had 2 Hittite wives, which displeased their parents. So Rebekah wants to send him away to save his life. So she says, he needs a wife. We need to send him back to go get a wife. Let's send him back so he doesn't marry a Canaanite woman. So it is to protect and save his life and get a wife. So it's 2 reasons, really, why he's sent there. You think it was more tradition back then to marry people who worship God rather than the law? They don't have the law. They don't have the law yet because it's not written yet. But we do have God showing up to Abraham and Isaac and now Jacob. So we have personal or vision and or dream, depending on how you want to view that, and they become interchanged throughout the text. So they have encounters with God, and they are worshiping God. Okay. So Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he exclaimed, "This is the camp of God." So he named the place Mahanaim. Mahanaim apparently means 2 camps. Perhaps the 2 camps were those of God and Jacob. Perhaps. So, timer is up. Papstio's back. Welcome in, my friend. Jacob sent messengers ahead to his brother Esau in the land of Seir, the region of Edom. He commanded them, "This is what you must say to my lord Esau. This is what your servant Jacob says." Okay. So he is... Sorry, all of a sudden going, why is my chair not able to... There we go. There we go. Not able to lean back. Something got flipped. So he now has had an encounter with Laban attacking him. And he's returning to his brother who wants him dead. But God said he would protect him. Okay? So I don't think that what Jacob is doing here is entirely out of fear. Let's look. Is his motivation out of fear? Is his motivation out of, after spending 20 years with Laban, he now understands what he did to his brother? Does he now understand, don't do unto others, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Don't swindle people out of stuff because you won't like it when your uncle swindles you. Okay? Do to your brother as you would want your uncle to do unto you. There we go. There we go. There's a new phrase. Do unto your brother as you would have your uncle do unto you. So he's sending messengers to his brother, and this is what you are to say. "This is what your servant Jacob says. I have been staying with Laban until now. I have oxen, donkeys, sheep, and male and female servants. I have sent this message to inform my Lord so that I might find favor in your sight." The messengers returned to Jacob and said, "We went to your brother Esau. He is coming to meet you, and has 400 men with him." Okay. So he sends a message saying, I'm coming, bro. And now brother responds by coming with 400 men. That doesn't sound good. You're coming with 400 men? Jacob was very afraid and upset, so he divided the people who were with him into 2 camps, as well as flocks, herds, and camels. If Esau attacks one camp, he thought, then the other camp will be able to escape. So, again, we have 2 camps. We have 2 camps. We have Jacob's camp, and we have the camp of angels. Now we have 2 camps because he's dividing his camp into 2 camps. Oh, and we'll also have a second camp because we'll have Esau's camp and we'll have Jacob's camp. So, like, there's 2 camps all over the place. And we already had 2 camps because we had Laban's camp and Jacob's camp. Then Jacob prayed, O God of my father Abraham, God of my father Isaac, O Lord, you said to me, return to your land and to your relatives, and I will make you prosper. I am not worthy of all the faithful love. Ooh, they're translating Hesed that way? So good. The loving deeds and faithfulness. Okay. You have shown your servant. With only my walking stick, I crossed the Jordan. So see, he did not take what I think is his rightful inheritance because he should have had a double portion. He does not take that with him. So everything that Abraham and Isaac accumulated, Esau ends up with. Jacob never has it. But now I have become 2 camps. Rescue me, I pray, from the hand of my brother Esau. For I am afraid he will come and attack me as well as the mothers with their children. So he is afraid of his brother's vengeance. And on some level, he does not want to fight his brother. The imperative has the force of a prayer here, not a command. Okay. Rescue me. So God said he would rescue him. He's now praying for that to happen. But you said, I will certainly make you prosper and will make your descendants like the sands of the seashore, too numerous to count. Jacob stayed there that night. Then he sent as a gift to his brother Esau 200 female goats and 20 male goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 female camels and their young, 40 cows and 10 bulls, 10 female donkeys and 10 male donkeys. Look, like the ratios are interesting here. Like goats and sheep, it is 10 to 1. 10 to 1. Camels, you're just getting females. And then they're young. Cows, 4 to 1. Donkeys, 2 to 1. Like the ratio is interesting here. He entrusted them to his servants who divided them into herds. He told his servants, pass over before me and keep some distance between one herd and the next. He instructed the servant leading the first herd, when my brother Esau meet you and ask, to whom do you belong? Where are you going? Whose herds are you driving? Then you must say, they belong to your servant Jacob. They have been sent as a gift to my lord Esau. In fact, Jacob himself is behind us. So, bringing out a gift, bringing out a gift. I'll buy off my brother's anger with a gift, bringing out a gift. Spot of tea. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, thank you. He also gave these instructions to the second and the third servants, as well as all of those who were following the herds. You must say the same thing to Esau when you meet him. You must also say, in fact, your servant Jacob is behind us. Jacob thought, I will appease him by sending a gift ahead of me. Okay, so I was asking motivation. What do we have here by appease? I will appease his face. The cohortative here expresses Jacob's resolve. In the book of Leviticus, the Hebrew word translated appease has the idea of removing anger due to sin or guilt, a nuance that fits the passage very well. Jacob wanted to buy Esau off with a gift of more than 550 animals. No. I think this is make restitution. He wanted to bring justice. He wanted to bring justice. He had done harm. He wants to bring justice. Okay? I think it's about restoration. I harmed you, brother. I want to make it right. During the night, Jacob quickly took his 2 wives, his 2 female servants, and his 11 sons, and crossed the fjord of Jabbok. The Hebrew narrative style often includes a summary statement. All right, I got to look up Jabbok. The fjord of Jabbok, 32:22. Jabbok. Yabok. Yabok. Emptying. Ooh. So at the ford of emptying, he is emptying himself of all that he has. He emptied himself by sending gifts. He's emptying himself of all of his servants. He's emptying himself of all of his family. Ooh. He took and sent them across the stream along with all his possessions. So Jacob was left alone. Then a man wrestled with him until daybreak. Reflecting Jacob's perspective at the beginning of the encounter, the narrator calls the opponent simply a man. Not until later is he struggling does Jacob realize his true identity. Where did this man come from? Like, Jacob sends everyone away, and then there's a dude. There's a dude there. Okay. When the man saw that he could not defeat Jacob, he struck the socket of his hip so that the socket of Jacob's hip was dislocated while he wrestled with him. So this sounds like straight up cheating. Then the man said, "Let me go, for the dawn is breaking." So apparently he can't be out during daylight, or he's got a responsibility. The dawn has risen. I must be on my way. "I will not let you go," Jacob replied, "unless you bless me." Okay. Jacob wrestled with the man, thinking he was a mere man, and on the basis was equal to the task. But when it had gone on long enough, the night visitor touched Jacob and crippled him. Jacob requested for a blessing can only mean that he now knew that his opponent was supernatural. Contrary to the many allegorical interpretations of the passage, that the fighting equivalent to prayer, this passage shows that Jacob stopped fighting and then asked for a blessing. Well, I've never heard the allegory of this passage as equating to prayer. That's weird. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just was not aware of that. Okay. "I will not let you go," Jacob replied, "unless you bless me." The man asked him, "What is your name?" He answered, "Jacob." "No longer will your name be Jacob," the man told him, "but Israel, because you have fought with God and with men and have prevailed." The name Israel is a common construct using a verb with a theophonic element, L, that usually indicates the subject of the verb. Here, it means God fights. This name will replace the name Jacob, but it will be both a promise and a call for faith. In essence, the Lord was saying to Jacob would have victory and receive the promise because God would fight for him. "You have fought." The explanation of the name Israel includes a sound play In Hebrew, the verb translated "you have fought," sarita, sounds like the name Israel. Okay. Yeah, I don't think sounds like is the right way to say it. You have the three. You have root letters that are similar. Okay. Although some interpret the meaning that he fights with God, the name would invoke the memory of the fight. Okay. Tell me your name. In primitive thought, to know the name of a deity or a supernatural being would enable. Oh, we didn't get that one yet. Okay. So we'll keep reading and then I'll come back to my question here. Then Jacob asked, please tell me your name. Clearly, this is not God. This isn't God. Because he already knows, unless he's just asking for the actual divine name of the God of his father and thinks that he's wrestling with him. I don't think he thinks he would prevail if it was the full embodiment of the God that he serves. But rather some other spiritual being. And who knows if this is a good or evil spiritual being that he's wrestling with. It doesn't tell us that. Now, it doesn't necessarily say that he is changing his name here. He says, no longer will you be called Jacob, the man told him, but Israel, because you have fought with God. Let me go look that up. And with men and prevailed. Is this with God or with a God? Verse 28 of 32. Let's go look that up. Da, 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 da. With Elohim. Okay. And with men. I don't see what do we have here. It's masculine plural. So I think we could, there's not an indicator. You have fought with gods. You have fought with gods. It could be taken as more than one. More than one. Kazaku, yes, there is room for this to not be clearly God and God alone. There is room. It is vague enough in the text that it could be someone else. But I'm not convinced of it. I'm just I like to show you that what does the text actually say? Wrestle with the text yourself. Don't just trust me. Go read it. So it could be with gods, plural, meaning lesser. And I know we all the overused thing is plural of majesty. Plural of majesty has a really specific, and I can't remember when you can actually use plural of majesty. It's a very narrow use that's not really well defended. Okay, he is not necessarily naming him here, okay? He says, no longer will you be called Jacob, but Israel, because you fought with God. So maybe he already knows information and he's not the one naming him, okay? We do have other spiritual beings who do have knowledge. So maybe he's not actually naming him. Let's just wait, because I think, if I remember right, this isn't the actual naming. He's going to keep being called Jacob here until God later names him Jacob. Then Jacob asked, please tell me your name. So the tell me your name in primitive thought, to know the name of a deity or a supernatural being, would enable one to use it in magical manipulation or power. For a thorough structural analysis of the passage discussing the plays on the names and the request of Jacob, So, yeah, see, this is another thing. Tell me your name so that I can overpower you, because I overpowered you physically, and now I can overpower you spiritually if I have your name. Why do you ask my name? The man replied. Then he blessed Jacob there. So Jacob named the place Peniel, explaining, certainly I have seen God face to face and have survived. Peniel means face of God. Okay, so let's go look at that. I have seen God. Verse 30. Just because there's room to read it a different way doesn't mean we have to. I'm just pointing out there's room for it. Peniel is plural, proper name. I have seen God, plural, face to face. Okay, see here is the part where it would switch. Face should be singular if it means only God, because the plural form will be used with the singular noun. Now, maybe the face of God has to be plural. Maybe my Hebrew's not good enough there. What do we have with the C? I have seen. Well, that's singular, but that's his action. Okay. So, it's like, what is the Hebrew actually doing here? What does the Hebrew allow for? That's all I'm trying to point out. And there are people who think it could be someone other than God. But Jacob now is equating it with, I have certainly seen God face to face and have survived. Oh, and my soul has been preserved. Okay, we got 5 minutes for ad breaks. The sun rose over him, and he crossed over Penuel, but he was limping because of his hip. This is why to this day the Israelites do not eat the sinew, which is attached to the socket of the hip, because he struck the socket of Jacob's hip near the attached sinew. So just to throw it in later information of, so to this day, we honor what happened to Jacob, our ancestor, by not eating that part of the animal. Jacob looked up and saw that Esau was coming along with 400 men. It's hard to eat that anyway. True. But you could throw it in a stew or something. So he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the 2 servants. He put the servants and their children in front, with Leah and her children behind, then Rachel and Joseph behind them. So if I lose my servant and my servant's children, okay, we've got the full order. Now, it doesn't tell us which servant got to go first. I'm guessing it's the servant with the fewest children, but I don't know. But Jacob himself went on ahead of them, and he bowed down toward the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. 7 being the number of totality of completeness. He is completely honoring his brother. But Esau ran to meet him, embraced him, hugged his neck, and kissed him. Then they both wept. When Esau looked up and saw the women and the children, he asked, "Who are these people with you?" Jacob replied, "The children whom God has graciously given your servant." The female servants came forward with their children and bowed down. Then Leah came forward with her children, and they bowed down. Finally, Joseph and Rachel came forward and bowed down. Okay. You know what's interesting here? We haven't had any introduction of new people along with Esau. Remember, Esau had 2 Hittite wives, then he gets an Ishmaelite wife, so he has 3. His brother has 4. I don't know if there's any significance there, but there's a difference there. Esau then asked, What do you intend by sending all these herds to meet me?" Jacob replied, "To find favor in your sight, my lord." But Esau said, "I have plenty, my brother. Keep what belongs to you." That's such an interesting phrase. keep what belongs to you. Well, wouldn't 2/3 of what Esau have also belong to Jacob? Is he going to give them to Jacob? No, please take them, Jacob said. If, if I have found favor in your sight, accept my gift from my hand. Now that I have seen your face and you have accepted me, it is as if, I have seen the face of God. So interesting. So it's as if I saw the face of God, which he just claims that he had done. Isn't that weird? I'm not sure what to do with that. Please take my present that was brought to you, for God has been gracious to me, and I have all I need. When Jacob urged him, he took it. Then Esau said, let's be on our way. I will go in front of you. But Jacob said to him, my Lord knows that the children are young, and that I have to look after the sheep and cattle that are nursing their young. If, if they are driven too hard for even a single day, all the animals will die. Let my Lord go on ahead of his servant, and I will travel more slowly at the pace of the herds and the children until I come to my Lord in Seir. Hey, Wolf the Adventurer, thank you for the lurk. So go on ahead. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. And I'll follow up. Okay, I know where we're going. And we have all of the efforts that Jacob is going through to set things right with his brother. But he does not get satisfaction from his efforts. His brother doesn't take anything. So Esau said, let me leave some of my men with you. Why do that? Jacob replied. My Lord has already been kind enough to me. So why are you going to leave some guys to watch me? So that same day Esau made his way back to Seir, but Jacob traveled to Succoth, where he built himself a house and made shelters for his livestock. That is why the place is called Succoth. Succoth means shelters, an appropriate name in light of the shelters built there for his livestock. Jefferino, Jacob is like, I'm not showing my back to you willingly. Yeah, to you willingly. Yep. So Jacob lies to Esau. He lies to Esau. You're back. All right. After he left Padam Aram, Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem. I thought he was going to Succoth, in the land of Canaan, and he camped near the city. Then he purchased the portion of the field where he had pitched his tent. He bought it from the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. That's such a weird phrase. Why would you say money? The Hebrew word kesita is generally understood to refer to a unit of money, but the value is unknown. However, the REB renders the term as sheep. Okay. Okay, I get why you did it then. It's just like, it's such a modern thing to say money. I would have said of coins, perhaps, instead of money. There he set up an altar and called it, the God of Israel is God. Rather than translate the name, a number of modern translations merely transliterate it, Elohi Israel. It is not entirely clear how the name should be interpreted grammatically. One option is probably the equivalent as a translation, the God of Israel is God. Another interpretation option is the God of Israel is strong or mighty. Buying the land and settling down for a while was a momentous step for the patriarch. So the commemorative naming of the altar is significant. Okay. What? Jacob lied? Yeah, he lied to Esau. He lied to Esau, and he did not go follow his brother. What we also don't have yet is any knowledge, information about the condition of his mom and dad. Why is he not going to visit mom and dad? He's going and finding a place. And yeah, the whole family lies repeatedly. Yes. The one thing we do not have, though, let's just back up a minute. We do not have automatic condemnation for deception. Okay? We do not have automatic condemnation for deception. When deception takes place for the benefit of other people to protect them, which is what Abraham does, or he thinks he's doing with Sarah, of, hey, say you're my sister so that you're protected. What also then happens with Isaac, that happens. And they end up being blessed by it. If it's outright wrong that should never be done, why do they end up blessed? It just seems like a horrible thing. We also have Laban, who's deceptive, who ends up having some blessing, but he ends up losing it all. Laban ends up losing it all because he continually practices deception. Now, Jacob, I think, has learned his lesson. He is trying to appease his brother with gifts. I think, and this is speculation, I think if his brother had accepted the gifts, Jacob would have been inclined to go with his brother because he would have felt like restoration had happened. Since his brother refused the gift, he was going to stay on edge about, is my brother want more? Does he want it all? He didn't accept my gift. Lucis, could it be that the story was fast forward to where Jacob settles at? Oh, true. It could. And we're just, it could be summarizing. I'm only pointing out that we didn't get any explanation of he goes and sees mom and dad, or he couldn't because they're dead. Okay, we got ad break coming in, which also means I need to get ready for workout. So let's go to fishies.
Flat cap pastor rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small. Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way, stream it live, come what may. Refuse cam, he shows it all. Little fish, both big and small. Life in pond so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat Cat Pastor shows the way, stream it live, come what may. Flat cap pastor rocks his tweed, streaming life by the reeds. Fish pond calm and glassy clear, view it all right from here. Dapper man with sax in hand, plays tunes by his quiet land. Acoustic guitar in the breeze serenades the fish with ease. Watch the fish, they swim along to the rhythm of his song. Flat cap pastor shows the way, stream it live come what may. With his cam he shows it all, little fish both big and small. Life in ponds so serene, nature's beauty on a screen. See the ripples, watch the flow, hear the music, gentle glow. Flat cap's charm and calming tone makes the fish feel right at home. Watch the fish, they
Trying to
swim
get the road 2 to
along
connect here, and it did
to
not
the
work.
rhythm of his song.
It
Flat
changed
cap
category
pastor
here.
shows the way, stream it live come what may.
Okay, bum 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 bum. There we go. Oh wow, and I'm late. I gotta get my. Gotta get this open so that I'm listening. Okay. Okay, they're still praying. So, okay. Bum, 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 bum. God, we're just praying for the harvest. The workers are plentiful. The harvest is plentiful and the workers are few. So God, we just pray for you to send more workers out into the harvest, for digital space, for where we are, where we're hanging out on Twitch, that there'll be more people following after you, seeking to serve you in all that they can. And for those who are already there, we thank you and we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Okay, so I got music already rolling, so that was the whole goal. So I hope the music level sounds good there when I'm just chatting, or not chatting, I should say. And okay, I'm turning the light on. Kind of dark in here today. Oh, and I need to switch glasses. Need food? Sounds good. All right. So hope everyone's doing well. It is good to be back. I do have workouts, or not workout. I do have stream on the Church Digital 11:30. 11:30. So I need to make sure I got some setup stuff. I really wish I could have figured out, and I still got to work on it, running this through Unify, which is a software program that I'm running everything else to. So now I've got hopefully 2 tracks, so the VODs will not have any music on them. So I'll be testing that today to see if I got it figured out right. That way, when I publish, I don't have any problems with DM strikes. Even though I'm using Harris Heller, which should be copyright free AI music, he still gets strikes on YouTube when you post it over there, of people trying to claim against him that 3 notes in a row were stolen. Sorry, I'm just looking at my screen over here and wondering why it's stuck. Oh, okay. For some reason it just got stuck. Maybe I bumped it and it froze. Okay, just noticing my phone needs charged, or I'm going to end up dead here by the end of this workout, so. You need food? Sounds good. I did end up eating more than 1 meal a day for most of the time I was gone. Just picking on my fish if they're eating, because I've been on vacation, so they haven't had food to eat. It doesn't look like the food that they ate this morning after I fed them, so. All right, what are we doing now? Oh, we're doing back. Okay. All right, 12 with each. Whew. Apparently haven't done lifting in a week. Getting a callus there from my ring. I was thinking I might try the 20s instead of the 15s, but that is not going to go well on my ring today, I think. And I was really starting to feel it there on the second one, so probably not fully a good plan. You back? What do you got for breakfast today? What good stuff did you get? Oh, that's not the right one. Mashed and fried potatoes, fried bologna, and a fried egg. I wouldn't put those together normally for breakfast. Don't usually do mashed and fried. Fried potatoes usually breakfast, not mashed, but I have fried mashed potatoes if that's what you mean now. Fried bologna, not my favorite, but my father-in-law always liked it. Oh, no, no. I was simply saying it's not, I wasn't complaining or suggesting that you shouldn't have. I was curious and you told me exactly. I was simply commenting on not something I would have normally seen put together. That was it. No judgment. Okay, what are we doing next? was thinking, I feel like I need a stretch here. So I'm just simply using the weight to help stretch, because me pushing on my elbow never actually moves it. I get no leverage to push. All right, what are we doing? Boy, I didn't do it last week. I'm trying to remember what we did next. Oh, I think we do the pulls. I think we do pulls. I'm going to do pulls. So we did the back, now I'm going to do pulls. With the 15 and 20 pound weights, I can only do one because I only have one. But I still, on these, I prefer one at a time, so I go slower. So, I don't know why this gives me mono. That's so weird. I'm going to go change it a second. Oh, wrong thing. You hear no audio issues? Well, I'm just looking on my bar there. For some reason, this microphone wants to put it into my computer on mono, and I'm not sure why that is. So it's not that there was an issue, I'm just noticing it was only in one track. Or one ear. 12, 12, 12. That's super weird. Why did like everybody leave? Weird. Well, I'll rest a little longer on this one. Well, it's 20 minutes down. We're halfway done with the workout. You don't have any more black tea. Do you think hot honey and lemon water will soothe your throat? Yes. Yes, the honey and lemon will exactly help with that. And if it's hot water, if you don't have anything to put in there besides the hot water, yeah, honey and lemon would help. All right, the lean forward and flap your wings is what we're doing now. The notice that the farther away the weights are from my body, the smaller weight I can lift. Close to my body, the higher weight I can lift. It's interesting. I think it's probably true for everybody, but it's just an interesting thing to take a look at. I would say even if you had some other herbal tea or something, if you wanted it for flavor, add that. Wouldn't be bad. It's loose and you don't have a T-mesh. Oh, okay. I'm watching what the next one is. Okay. I still got one more set of these. But I did an extra set of stuff we didn't do, which, you know. We'll be moving to the ground next. Oh, you were asking earlier on learn a command. So my commands aren't shown. So if you wanted to learn a command that you could use, I could tell you what the command is so that you could learn the command. That's what that was intended to be. Nobody's ever redeemed it though. Zachman85, can you please pray for me? You have a sore on your wrist. Absolutely. God, we're just lifting up Zachman. Has a sore on his wrist and don't know what caused it, but you do. And we're just asking for healing, for restoration, that sore will heal, that use of the hand will be fully available, and that you will just bring comfort where there's discomfort, healing where there's healing, and just watch over and be with him. We just pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Zach Man, for asking for prayer. Appreciate you. Okay. So now pushing up. I'm going to try with the 25s because I think that the 8s will be too small, and it's really hard to do both sides at the same time. Oh, I do have 10s. I could go to 10s. I forgot I got 10s. I haven't been using them. I know maybe that's funny to set them like that, but that's a lot easier on my wrists. All right, so that was one set. 25 was all right. I don't have anything higher than 25. So I'll just stay down here while I rest. So, you have a skin problem. It's much more of a bother unless it's very bad area of your body. You're having trouble using your mouse because of it. Okay, so it's the soreness on the wrist currently, where the location is, but it's something that does happen elsewhere. Okay. Well, Zach, I'm praying that it will get better. Not just on your wrist, but anywhere where that happens. All right, it's 3 sets down. We'll have one more. Just checking the chat because those who don't know, I'm watching a Discord group do the workout. They're leading it. I don't usually put it on stream. I'm just listening and watching and then hanging with you. All right, last set. All right, there we go. Yeah, I didn't think there's any way I would do that one. Oh, I did not see the Bible joke redeem. I'm watching. I missed that. I missed that. I'll get that. I didn't see it show up. It must have happened with another alert close by, or I just missed it. Sorry. All right, we got one last one. But I don't know, what, butterfly or something, whatever that is. All right, those 8-pound weights are too small. Too small there. I'll switch to the 10-pounders. Christian, try not to laugh video. I would. I don't like the premise. I don't understand. I understand the premise, but I don't. Like, if it's something's funny, just send it to me so I can laugh. Like, not watch it and try not to laugh. Like, I would rather let me send something that's funny. I get it though. I was just doing some reflecting on just how much I parse words, and it is very hard to not take words into meanings and what they are used for and what they are not and all of that. It's so hard for me to not take words apart. All right, that's better, but I probably actually need 15s. The 10 is better. I could probably do 15s, but I don't have two 15s, so. I'm just going to lay down here. We got one more. I said, I'm never good at the resting part. Do some lifting and then rest. Like, this is best when you have a partner. You do a set, the partner does a set, you do a set, the partner does a set. It's much better that way to get a rest in. So however long it takes them is how much rest you get. All right, there we go. All right, that's the end of that. I'll do some stretching, but I can, oh, they're still chatting. I'll leave it on. So it sounds like we're day 73. I know I missed at least 10 days. So I'm probably closer to day 60. Excuse me. still gonna do more stretching, but I'm just realizing I needed to mark where we left off was Genesis 33. So before I forget, okay. Do some calves. Let me slide this out of the way. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know why the left one is always super tighter than the right one. Oh my goodness, that hurts so much. I can't even do a little ow. It'll hurt. It'll hurt. Oh. You know what? I should have left this over because I do like doing that one stretch this way. Instead of just lifting my leg, I like this. I feel like I get more stretch out of it. But I'm not doing that without a cushion on the floor. No siree, Bob. All right. Let's see who's hanging around. And by the way, we'll be back on the church.digital channel later. Got a podcast that I'll be doing at 11:30 with Unk KB. Okay. So, and I know people tell me that the Discord does not work. I get it. I don't know what to tell you otherwise. Invite me to invite you, I guess. Okay, who are we going to raid today? Da, 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 da. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and raid Big Unk. Gonna raid Big Unk because I'll be over there later. So if you want to hang out with Big Unk until I get ready for the to jump on the stream, that'll be good. Stay hydrated, chat. Yes. Let me just double check. Let me sure. I have this happen every once in a while. Let me just refresh the whole browser and make sure he's over there. I think he usually is, but music was a little bit loud today. Oh, well, I kept asking earlier and nobody said anything. All right, now I'm not seeing Big Unk. He's further down the list. Oh, there he is. Okay. I thought he's often live, beginning of the week when I go live. So, got a little over half an hour and such, and then I will be over there. So I won't be hanging because I'll be getting stream ready, so. Oh, I told you I was going to do a Bible joke. I will. Can I cancel raid? How do I do that? Cancel. We'll cancel. Okay. What animal was most miserable while on the ark? What animal was most miserable on the ark? While you're thinking of that one, what went up to the ark but did not go inside? What went up to the ark but did not go inside? I feel like I maybe read these. Why did Noah not like the letter D? Why did Noah not like the letter D? Okay. So what animal was most miserable on the ark? The monkey? Ooh, interesting thought. Oh, that's all right. I would forget. So that's why. Ooh, yes, the ramp. The ramp went up to the ark but did not go inside. Very good. They said gangplank, but I'm good with the ramp. So what animal? And then why didn't Noah like the letter D? Why didn't Noah like the letter D? Okay, so the animal that was most miserable on the ark was the kangaroo. Her children had to play inside during the rain. Her children had to play inside during the rain. And why didn't Noah like the letter D? Because it made the ark dark. The letter D made the ark all dark. All right. Okay, so let's get our raid rolling. Let's get our blessing, and I'll join you over with Big Uncle in about half an hour, 40 minutes. So, may God's seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I've suddenly got sound because apparently it did not mute the tab when I said I want to raid. So he's running an ad, and the ad played, but I didn't have sound on the other. Weird.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live. Reading from the book, the word so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream, spreading love with every verse he reads, planting hope like precious seeds. He's a shepherd with a virtual flock, leading us to faith around the clock. Tapping amen as we raise our hands in this sacred digital land. Don't need a pew to find the light. Through a screen he's shining bright, preaching peace and guiding us right. In our hearts his fire ignites. Hallelujah. master in the holy dream, spreading love with every verse he reads, planting hope like precious seeds. Chat is buzzing with the gospel truth. Every line a fountain of youth. Bible open pages turning slow. Feel the Spirit start to flow. Chat is buzzing with the gospel truth. Every line a fountain of youth. Bible open pages turning slow. Feel the Spirit start to flow.